Good afternoon, Kent Boehm, 9 Business Group and Elevate Your Business Chat. We have Peak and Prairie joining us today. Team, Kailyn and William, please introduce yourself, your company, and what makes you guys unique and why people would buy from you versus the competition. Welcome.
Hello, thank you for welcoming us to your show. My name is Kailyn Slenders. I'm the CEO of Peak and Prairie Industries.
And I'm William Slenders. I'm the Chief Operating Officer dealing with all of the technical and engineering specs of our company.
So what is it you guys do and what makes you unique and different?
So we are Canada's first domestic freeze dryer. So we have our manufacturing of the freeze dryers. So we came up with this about 2 years ago and we were unable to source a local product that we could run on our electrical system. So this is why we created a freeze dryer for us, because we needed it and we've seen the need for others.
And so as part of the design that we had with that, we realized that there was a real gap in the marketplace for efficient electrical systems. So the new freeze dryer we built actually works to try and improve the amount of food capacity inside the machine, but also does so on a 15 amp circuit, allowing for more opportunity for our northern consumers that might either have limited electrical grids or are looking at potentially running this off of a generator to have that opportunity to be able to take their food security into their own hands.
I love it. I think it's a great inspiration, and I think there's a need for it. I think it's not just your average everyday hunter, which fits because they have some food they want to keep and preserve. But I think there's also, I think we talked about it before we hit record, which is that feast and famine, food all around the world, and we all have different preferences with our food quality. So, if I'm a consumer that wants a very authentic, rich food quality, and I want to make sure I have that for a long period of time, I think it's great. In this journey, as we get closer to product launch and commercial viability, what's been the biggest challenge you faced so far? How did you overcome it? What does it look like today?
Would you like to answer this one?
So really, when it came down to it, it's the myriad of the tiny things would be the best way of explaining it. So it's the little things that you don't understand. We know that there's going to be design challenges and engineering challenges, and the smartest people that you bring into the room can help you solve those challenges. It's the unexpected things. It's the things like trying to find a place to manufacture, finding the community that'll actually have the right type of regulations that help to support that. Even your preconceived notions of what you think you are compared to how the municipality sees you is a completely different story altogether. And from that, we've been bounced around from location to location. We've probably been through 12 or 13 potential sites that we could have called home, but none of them actually worked just due to either the zoning challenges or how the municipality seen us or what type of designation that we've been fit with. So nothing really prepares you for the unexpected variables, the things that you can't really control within the scope of your own business practices.
So, and we have looked for a place for our manufacturing all over Southern Alberta. So that's where we had a lot of challenges, is to find that space.
Okay, that has me baffled. Can we dig deeper on that? What does it mean? Like, if you're a manufacturer, can you not lease rent some space to put your manufacturing plant in?
So you can, but there are some challenges behind that. If the place you're looking at renting doesn't have the manufacturing zone behind it, you have to get that changed. It sits with either the municipality or the city for either a couple weeks to a couple months to get that changed. They let you know what you need in changes. Sometimes it's putting up firewalls, which can be upwards of hundreds of thousands of dollars to change these building prospects and kind of going from there. So that's why we had to go through so many, and there's so little actual manufacturing places available that are within the right size for us at this time.
Yeah, as Kailyn really alluded to, inside the municipality, the designation for the M classification, the manufacturing, has a very limited scope of window. And so buildings that are attached side by side, right, just requirements are egregious to try and manage, especially as a startup company where you're looking at trying to take all of the finished end products from the other suppliers and assemble it into a final unit. So again, significant challenges just on designation.
That's good learning. Thank you for sharing. And maybe that's the answer to the next question. What is the one thing you know now that you'd like to go back in time and tell your earlier self to, here's the one thing, do this? What would that be?
That is definitely one of them, is to being able to look at that and find out, okay, where can we go for this? Where can we go for that? Looking at supply chains is another one. There is so many things. If we could go back and say, hey, this process isn't going to be as quick as you think, it's going to be a lot longer.
Yeah, even from our design perspective, there's certain elements of our design that are intrinsically specific on certain components, and it's because of how vacuum systems and the freeze dryer work. Again, fairly technical and very complicated processes, but are solution dependent. So trying to come up with different ways that are non-solution dependent become really difficult. And then so when you're stuck in that sole sourcing supplier mode, in that it really has an ability to cripple a business plan, especially given the current economic and geopolitical climate. Right, not being able to get parts and components right now means that you don't produce, and that's one of the other challenges. We could go back in time to say, hey, build it robustly enough to have other options. That would definitely be a learning to take into consideration.
And that's what we did for the most part with most of our things. We made sure we had, okay, component number 1, 2, and 3. So we had 3 different places to go. But some of the parts that we got, they really are that unique that you don't have that choice of having that many suppliers.
Interesting. Very, very insightful. If there was a pirate, a thief in your business or outside your business, what would they be stealing from you?
Electronics.
Definitely the way that we built the electronics. So as I said before, like one of the biggest strengths of our machine is the energy efficiency of the system. What we've been able to do is design something of similar or greater footprint than our competitors. And instead of using a 20 amp dedicated circuit, we've now been able to do that on 15. Our whole patented IP and protection actually allows us to use the new DC system controls. So definitely there would be some DC pirating if ever they wanted to take the value from the system.
That's the best one I've heard. Good for you guys. In this entire journey, when you think back to the start, what was your definition of a successful business? And is it the same today, or has your definition of success changed?
I would say the success from what we were hoping was just to get a machine out that we were able to sell to everybody. And then as things started to progress over the past couple of years going through it, it's really making sure that this is a high quality machine that we're able to produce and give quality to people who are out there. So it's going to make it long and sustainable, and that it's going to last for them. The last thing we want is it to go out and someone to say, well, my machine failed. We want to make sure it goes out. So every time we'll be sending out a machine, it'll be quality tested in our facility before we send it.
And I would say that the other piece that's kind of evolved with us as well has definitely been the focus on supporting local as much as we can. As Kay alluded to earlier, we've actually been able to build the machine in good part here in Southern Alberta. So the great majority, I would say between 60 to 70% of it has been built south of Calgary and into Lethbridge. The whole idea that we're trying to utilize more local vendors, keep that money as local as possible to help keep our economy going and booming and supporting our neighbors and partners has become another really important metric of success for us as we look at trying to broaden our success in the community.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
One last question for you. What do you want to be known for?
To having a high quality machine, food sustainability, and being able to provide people with their own choices to do that food preparation as they see fit, or starting their own small business.
That works for me. For people who want to learn more, hypothetically, even to put the name on the want list, the wait list, do you guys have a wait list for people to sign up? Where would they get more information to say, would love to learn more about freeze drying and how do I get myself one? Where would they find you? Where do they get more information?
So they can find it on our website at www.d-freeze.com. There'll be a couple of sign-up forms on there where they can sign up either for newsletters, more information, join our pre-order list, or even sign up to be one of the beta testers.
Aha, sounds great. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. Keep up the good work. I'm looking forward to seeing your product, and as you go to market and seeing you expand and empower people throughout all of North America to do different and do better. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.